All right, so we're going to dive into some serious drama
Oh, yeah.
in the Fortnite world today.
Okay.
Um, you remember the Chapter 2 remix event
Yeah,
and all the hype around it?
I do.
It was like the whole community was waiting for this big comeback,
Right.
a return to the Chapter 2 map, maybe even some familiar faces coming
Yeah.
back.
Everyone was thinking OG.
Yeah. The OG concept was a massive hit,
Yeah.
right?
Huge.
It was pure nostalgia,
Yep.
and players just ate it up.
For sure.
But this remix,
Oh, yeah.
it's like somebody took all that excitement, all that hype, and just kind of threw it in a blender.
Uh,
The backlash has been insane. And I'm not talking about like
yeah.
a few grumpy comments here and there.
Right.
We're talking real disillusionment.
Oh, wow.
It's like a feeling that Fortnite might be losing its way.
Losing its soul almost.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like they took this beloved chapter and were like,
Yeah.
let's just slap on a new coat of paint and call it a day.
It just doesn't fit.
It really doesn't.
So like week 1, we had the agents.
Right in the heart of Chapter 2.
Exactly.
Transformed into Snoop Dogg's The Dog Pound.
Right.
With his Snoop Dogg drum gun mythic.
Of course.
Then week 2,
Yeah.
we had The Grotto turned into Eminem's Spaghetti Grotto.
Oh, yeah, with his RG minigun.
Mm.
Week 3 brought us Ice Spice's Ice Isle,
Wow.
taking over the Shark,
Oh, okay.
armed with her grappler and rifle mythics.
Right.
And then there's this mysterious WRLD point landmark that just popped up in week 4.
Out of nowhere.
I mean, it all sounds like a pretty big shakeup, right?
On paper, it does.
But when you look closer, it's less remix and more like,
Yeah.
okay, imagine you go to your favorite diner.
Okay.
You know the one with those old booths and the jukebox playing in the corner?
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then you find out it's been turned into some hyper-modern smoothie bar.
Oh, no.
I mean, the bones might be the same,
Right.
but it's just not the same. You know,
Soul is gone.
it's gone.
That's a great analogy.
And the Reddit threads are full of players
Oh, I bet.
feeling that same way.
Yeah.
One comment that really stood out to me said,
Let's hear it.
Chapter 2, OG, was a hit because it was actually made to be like OGFN. This looks like they are more worried about artist collabs than attempting to capture the CH2 vibe. Literally a giant ad.
Ouch.
Giant ad.
Yeah.
That seems to be the theme.
Uh-huh.
Players feel like the game is becoming less about fun,
Right.
creative gameplay,
Yeah.
and more about pushing products and partnerships.
Like a commercial.
Yeah.
And that feel, the commercialization,
Yeah.
it really stings because Chapter 2 wasn't just a map.
Yeah.
It was an era.
Totally.
It had its own aesthetic, its own storylines.
Its own sense of humor, even.
Exactly.
This remix feels like they just slapped some familiar skins on top of a totally different beast.
Like putting lipstick on a pig.
Exactly.
That's so ick.
And speaking of things that feel repackaged,
Oh, here we go.
let's talk about the Battle Pass.
Okay, the supposed highlight of any new season.
Yeah. Suppose.
So this one has some Chapter 2 inspired outfits, like Chaos Director One Ball, Undercover Sky Meowta's Dynamo T and Tina.
Right. But then they hit us with the kicks, which are basically just Jordans.
Really?
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Collabs are Fortnite's bread and butter these days.
You love him.
But adding a whole new cosmetic category
Uh-huh.
just for shoes.
Just for shoes.
It's like they're saying, hey, remember that game you loved?
Yeah.
Well, now it's a shoe store.
Wow.
And you can almost hear the cash register ringing. But here's the thing.
What's that?
This goes beyond just disliking the content.
Okay.
We're seeing genuine fear
Oh.
that Fortnite is losing its identity,
Really?
becoming a hollow shell of what it used to be.
That's heavy.
It is.
It's like watching your favorite band slowly turn into a corporate jingle machine.
Yeah, you can't pinpoint the exact moment it happened,
Right.
but suddenly the music just doesn't hit the same anymore.
It's lost its soul.
It's heartbreaking.
I bet.
And you see it all over the Reddit threads.
Oh, yeah.
Like one Redditor put it perfectly.
Tell me.
It straight up feels like a spit in the face. I honestly feel bad for those who are really looking forward to it, especially because Chapter 2 is so iconic due to S2 and its characters.
Wow.
It's raw.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
It is.
And it shows how deeply invested players are in this game.
Absolutely.
They're not just disappointed, they're heartbroken.
They're seeing this game they poured hours, years into,
Yeah.
becoming something they don't even recognize.
It's the crisis of faith.
We're seeing comparisons to other games that went down this same path,
Right.
prioritizing short-term profits, long-term player satisfaction.
And those comparisons aren't pretty.
No, they're not.
So the big question
Yeah, me.
Is this just a vocal minority making a big fuss?
Okay.
Or are we watching the beginning of the end for Fortnite?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's a question a lot of players are asking themselves right now.
For sure.
And we're going to delve deeper into it.
Okay.
But first, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Or should I say, the missing character from the island.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Where's the story in all of this?
Yeah, where is it?
It seems like Epic decided narrative coherence wasn't important anymore.
Ouch.
They traded it in for celebrity musical chairs.
And players are noticing.
Oh, they are?
Remember how Chapter 2 was like this big mystery?
Oh, yeah.
It had us all hooked.
Totally.
Shadowy organizations, secret agents.
And Midas calling the shots.
Yeah, it felt like a spy movie playing out season after season.
Every update was like a new chapter unfolding.
Exactly.
And everyone was so sure Midas would be back for this remix.
Oh, yeah, it just made sense.
It was like a sure thing.
But instead of getting that storyline,
Yeah.
we got radio silence.
Nothing.
No explanation for why we're back in Chapter 2.
Right.
No resolution to the Doom storyline from Chapter 5.
It's like they hit the reset button.
Yeah, and forgot to tell us what game we're playing.
Players are not happy.
I can imagine.
One Redditor said,
What'd they say?
cohesive story, place holes. Epic be like, oh, what the fuck is a cohesive storyline? Is dies old.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're mocking the whole idea of a story.
Which is kind of ironic, considering how important the story was in previous chapters.
We had storylines that span multiple seasons.
Characters with backstory.
Events that kept us on the edge of our seats.
It was so engaging.
And now it feels like the story is an afterthought.
Lost in all the noise.
Yeah, lost in the celebrity collabs.
So what does this mean for the future of Fortnite?
That's the big question.
Is this a temporary thing?
Or are they done with storytelling altogether?
I mean, if this is the new normal,
Yeah.
I think a lot of longtime players are going to walk away.
Especially the ones who are really invested in the world.
Yeah, the lore, the community.
Right. All the things that a good story brings.
There's a real risk of alienating the core fan base.
And you can see that happening in the Reddit threads.
Oh, yeah.
It's just wave after wave of negativity.
Not just about the remix, but about the feeling that Fortnite is losing its way.
It's a feeling of betrayal almost.
Yeah, like they're prioritizing profits
Uh-huh.
over passion.
It's like when your favorite indie band signs with a major label
Oh, I know that feeling.
and their music just becomes so generic.
Overproduced.
It's like a sellout move.
Yeah, it loses that authenticity.
And that's a huge red flag.
Especially for a game like Fortnite.
Yeah, a game that was built on creativity.
And community.
And the crazy thing is,
What's that?
this backlash is happening
Yeah,
while Fortnite is still one of the most popular games out there.
that's why.
It shows you how much players value a good story.
And a strong community.
They're willing to overlook some flaws,
Even the monetization.
as long as they feel like they're part of something bigger.
Something meaningful.
But when that meaning is gone,
When it feels like a cash grab.
that's when the disillusionment sets in.
And that's where Fortnite is right now.
They built this incredible empire
But empires can crumble.
if they forget what made them great in the first place.
One Redditor said,
Yeah.
turned one of the most beloved seasons into an ad. I don't hate collabs either, but when they take over the main game like this, it just feels like too much.
It's not about hating collabs.
Or the music theme.
It's the feeling that those things have taken over,
Complete.
leaving the players feeling empty.
That feeling of emptiness.
That sense of loss.
That's what's driving this negativity.
It's not just about disliking a few features.
It's about mourning the death of something they loved.
So is this the end of Fortnite?
Is this the downfall of a gaming giant?
It's tough to say,
The community is angry.
and there are definitely valid concerns.
But Fortnite has always adapted.
It's survived controversies.
Shifts in the gaming landscape.
It's kept a massive player base.
Despite all the competition,
Maybe this is a wake-up call
a chance for Epic to rethink their priorities.
to remember what made Fortnite so special.
Or maybe this is the breaking point.
Maybe they've pushed the players too far.
Only time will tell.
But one thing's for sure,
What's that?
the future of Fortnite is uncertain.
And the decisions Epic makes now.
Will determine whether it rises or falls. So, we've talked a lot about the negativity
Yeah.
surrounding this whole Chapter 2 remix thing.
A lot of doom and gloom.
It's been pretty heavy.
It has.
I mean, it's obvious that a lot of players feel let down.
Yeah, even betrayed.
They miss the old Fortnite.
The one that felt more pure, you know?
More community-driven.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking,
Yeah.
like, maybe all this negativity is actually a good sign.
How so?
Well, what if it means that players still care?
I see what you mean.
Like,
Yeah.
if they truly didn't care,
Right.
they would just walked away by now.
Quietly moved on.
But they're not.
They're speaking out.
They're making their voices heard
Yeah.
because they believe that Fortnite can be better.
They haven't given up hope.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
It is.
It means they still believe in the game.
Yeah, they're fighting for it.
Even though they're hurting.
They're not letting go.
So
doing
maybe this whole remix debacle,
Yeah.
it could be a wake-up call for Epic.
Force them to change.
Reevaluate their priorities.
Remember what made Fortnite great?
The community, the creativity.
Yeah, the thing.
Because at the end of the day,
That's it.
Fortnite is more than just a game.
It's a phenomenon.
The cultural touchstone.
It's brought so many people together.
Millions.
And the players who are speaking out,
Yeah.
they're not doing it out of hate.
No.
They're doing it because they love the game.
They remember the good times.
They want that feeling back.
That wild, unpredictable feeling.
The feeling of community?
And maybe, just maybe,
Maybe.
they can bring it back.
Their voices might be enough.
To spark a change.
A revolution.
So to all the heartbroken Fortnite players out there,
Yeah.
don't give up hope.
Keep fighting for the game you love.
Keep making your voices heard.
Because even in the darkest times,
A single spark can ignite a revolution.
and maybe that revolution,
Will lead to a brighter future for Fortnite.
a future where community and creativity,
Are at the forefront once again.
well, that's all the time we have for today.
Whoa, what a ride.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions for sure.
It has.
But one thing is clear.
What's that?
The story of Fortnite is far from over.
The players have a lot of power.
Yeah, they can help shape the future of the game.
Absolutely.
So until next time,
Stay strong.
keep fighting the good fight.
And never stop believing in the power of community.